let's turn our attention to today's business headlines. And for help with that, we're going to welcome in global business and markets analyst and Newsmax contributor, Seth Denson. Good morning, Seth.
Hey, Alex. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Happy
All
birthday,
right.
Rob.
Yeah. All right, let's start with the markets, which closed slightly mixed. The Dow, however, dropping 142 points this morning. Futures are up ahead of the opening bell, but major banks are expected to share their second quarter earnings today. Now, JP Morgan Chase's CEO spoke out on the state of the global economy just yesterday and what he thinks about a possible recession here in the U.S. So, Seth, can you put in layman terms exactly what he said?
Things are bad. I mean, that's effectively what he said. He is pointing to the fact that, consumer discretionary spending is still up. The jobs report is still good. Wages are growing, although not as fast as inflation. And effectively, that's what's keeping things on an even kilt, keeping us out of a recession. But at the end of the day, on the horizon, the economy is bad. He said that for some time. And certainly he's saying that on an earnings call where he missed earnings by a big number.
Well, I want to stay with the global economy for a second. Now, China's GDP fell 2.6% in the second quarter, a result of their COVID-19 shutdowns. Meantime, the euro fell below the U.S. dollar yesterday for the very first time in nearly 20 years. Seth, just how impactful is this to both the United States and Europe's economies?
Well, the U.S. exports a lot of goods to both China and Europe, although, interestingly enough, China's internal economic plan has shifted. They've actually got a plan to start doing more domestic consumption by the year 2025 and created a lot of incentives for their own manufacturers to make sure they're domestically utilizing their products. Europe, however, we export more than twice the number of goods to Europe. So when the European economy shutters or has issues, that's going to have a much greater impact on the U.S. I thought Hillary Fordwich made a great comment the other day right here on Newsmax when she said that when the U.S. gets a cold, Europe gets the flu. And that's going to impact us whether we like it or not.
Yeah, that's a great point that Hillary made. Now let's talk about Amazon Prime Day. The company announced it experienced its biggest Prime Day event. Now that's despite the soaring inflation. So Seth, there was speculation over how well this year's Prime Day would actually go in this economy that we currently are in. And we're hearing back to school sales are expected to be big too. Is that correct?
I think that's going to be a big thing, right? Last year, as we were entering into the school year, you still had a lot of kids that weren't quite ready to go back to school. I think that will change this year. Amazon certainly needed a good Prime Day. Their stock has not been performing well. And we've got we talked about the bullwhip effect a lot. What happened was, as things started going up, manufacturers started producing a lot of goods, and then people weren't buying those goods. And so there was this massive overstock of supply. This allows Amazon to clear out their inventories and certainly helps them out to start getting those things that people do need to buy. Prime Day is a great way of doing it. And again, we're talking about it today, meaning from a marketing perspective. Well done, Amazon.
Yeah. All right. Seth, what about this one? Okay, so one luxury car maker has started a monthly subscription plan for one of its high-end perks. BMW is now going to be charging drivers a monthly fee just for using their seat heaters. Okay, Seth, is this not double dipping? I mean, you're already paying for the car. You're already paying for the seat heaters, but now you have to pay another fee to actually just be able to use the seat heaters?
Yeah, listen, there's a new acronym you're going to start hearing more about, MRR, monthly recurring revenue. Companies like Netflix and some of these others hope that you subscribe to things and then you forget about them and then they get to collect a lot of money. Maybe this is BMW's idea here. I don't know. Why invest the money to put the heater in the car and then, have to charge people to use it? And by the way, this is going to be a remote controlled thing in your car that BMW has the ability to turn on or off whether or not you pay that subscription fee.
Yep.
That's a little eerie that they're tracking, when I use my seat heater or not.
It's a little concerning. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be very interesting to see if any other luxury car manufacturers start doing the same subscription plan. We're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. Seth Denson, always a pleasure. Have a fantastic weekend.
Thanks, Alex. You too.
Thanks.